Falcon Punch! Oh, sorry YouTube, but Mr. Captain Falcon here with deck profile. Uh, yeah, it's Fire Fists. This deck's getting a lot of hype recently, and I had the deck for like a week till I got rid of it for $200. But, yeah. Force Raiders are, no, what's it called? Before I start talking about deck profile, this deck is very fun to play. It's really, really competitive, and it's really solid to play. The side deck's amazing. Like, it has so much potential. It's undoubtedly going to be one of the tier 1 decks of this format. But, yeah, the only bad matchup this has is really against Mermails. But even against Mermails, you can sack hard and just win instantly. But, on to the deck profile. Triple Force Raider. Your remaining one, I'm trying out the one deck Devi instead of the Gene Warps, because, he basically does the same thing as, what's it called? Gene Warped, except he has 100 less attack. But just being able to deck Devi is a very good bonus, and you can always side out deck Devi. It's really easy to side out, so it's a good card. Triple Bear, probably the second best card of the deck. Best monster, undoubtedly, but he's the reason why he's $50. He pops monsters. Trags, Gores are pretty much dead against you, and Tenki boosts are always nice. Or Tenki searches, Tensu normal summons is really good. He's so dumb, but Bear's really good. Double Dragon. Not 3, because 3 is kind of cloggy, but Dragon lets you search for a trap card after you activate Fire Formation. So, summon Dragon, activate Tenki, search Bear, search Tensen. So, Dragon's pretty solid. His second effect's pretty good too. You can just pitch your Tenki and your Tensen, and then special summon a Bear. It's really solid. Double Gorilla, not 3, because I'm playing... I don't think you really need it, but Double Gorilla to pop back row and to get your Tenki searches if you really have to, and one Rescue Rabbit. This is the part where I think a lot of people are going to be confused, but I'm opting to play one Rescue Rabbit over the Force Rate, or 2, because Rabbit is a good draw, don't get me wrong. That's why people play 2, so you can draw it faster, but you only play 3 targets. However, if you're playing Gene Warped and Force Raiders, which I don't know why you would, I'd play that with the main deck Skill Drain if I was playing it. Another variant of Fire Fist that I thought of is main deck Barbaros, main deck Skill Drain, play Gene Warped and Force Raiders, so your Rabbit's not dead. But it's not really needed. It helps you win, but it's not your win condition. Or you can play the, what's it called? The Ninken Dog and go to Lightning Plover, but you don't need that. Spells. Stable Spell, Dark Hole. You need it. Triple Tenki. This is the #1 card of the deck. It's better than Bear. It searches out your Bear. But basically, this searches out everything in your deck, and except minus Force Ray and Rabbit. But this deck needs field field presence, and Tenki does give you that field presence and that monster. Plus, it boosts up the low monster count from 11 to 14. Double Tensu. This gets around Duality, so it's really good. And it's a pretty good search card, too. So, this lets you normal summon twice. Really good. 3, kind of a little too much, but... Double Lance. I wasn't originally playing this on my deck, because I didn't have them. But Lance is a really, really solid card. Lance, basically, is like a win. Instant win against a mirror match. Because it makes them lose all their passive boosts, and it's a good offensive and defensive card if they try to, like, kill your Bear. But Lance is really good. Heavy Storm. This might seem a little bit confusing to some people too. It's heavy, but you play... Some people might argue don't play heavy because you play so many back row. But Heavy Storm's really good because it's just like how I played Heavy Storm in Keepers. It's not like you always have the back row, and you need your Bear to go off, so you don't want them to bottom with your Bear. So Heavy Storm does that job. Reborn. It's Reborn. Double MST, the third one's in the side, it's still really needed. MST to all the back row. And Double Duality. This card is surprisingly really solid in this deck because people might say, oh, it conflicts with Rabbit and stuff, and you can't go into your Line Emperor, or not your Line Emperor, your Tiger King, but with Tensu you can normal summon twice, pop field, pop back row, so it's really solid. It gets into your key cards faster. And trap cards, Double Bottomless, still really good. One Compulse. I'm opting to play 2, maybe over the Torrential, but Compulse is really nice, just to get rid of random stuff like Zen Mains that Bear can't insta-kill. But yeah. One Deck Devi. Obviously, one of my favorite cards. Because I'm playing Force Raider, Tenki, search Force Raider, set Deck Devi. Deck Devi's live. But the problem with Deck Devi now is that with the new ban list, as you know, or as you may not know, what's it called? Windups got hit like a truck. That was the main reason why I was opting to run Deck Devi in the main. However, since Windups got destroyed, Deck Devi is probably not as much as needed anymore, but it's still a nice card to have. And like I said when I was explaining the Divorce Raiders, it's really easy to side out. 110 Ken. This card is like your pseudo Lance. It doesn't make you lose boost, but it makes them go up to about 300. Its effects are negated, but it can't be that monster is unaffected by all other cards. So it's really solid. My favorite play to do with 10 Ken is to 10 Ken a Barbaros and make it so it's a 3,300 beater for the turn that can't be destroyed. So it's really nice to have. But this helps you against win games. Just be like when people try to like make Tyrus or Adrius and try to run over your Tiger or try to pop your Tiger King, you just go 10 Ken and they can't do anything. But yeah. Triple 10 Sen. 10 Sen is probably the top 3 cards. It's a 1,000 attack boost for a turn, and then it passes at 300. It's searchable by a dragon. It's searchable by Lion or Tiger King. It's really solid. One Horn of the Phantom Beast. I was playing 2 of this over the 2 Lances before, but 1 Horn's still pretty good. Horn just lets your bigger or your tiny monsters like Bear, Gorilla just go swing, swing, draw 1, or a 3,000 Tiger King. It's pretty good still. Double Mirror Force. This is also a strange option, but what's it called? Bear. Bear's pretty weak without any, well, like without 10 Sen. So Mirror Force is nice to have. A lot of people try to, for the best thing, a lot of people try to do is they try to push for game by summoning a lot of monsters against Fire Fists, but then the Mirror Force punishes them pretty hard. Solemn Judgment, it's pretty good, and you play a lot of back row. Solemn Warning. I was playing 2, but as you may know, Solemn went to 1, so I am just going to try testing 1, and Solemn's still a solid card, but it's probably just going to go out for something else. 1 Starlight Road. You play 15 back row, and you have continuous spells. And finally, 1 Torrential Tribute. A lot of people don't like this card because you need field presence in this deck, but you can play around Torrential really easily. Extra deck. You have Room Catastrophe, it's pretty good. Stardust could you play Road, and Mistdweller, really? I play like 1 of every single like seed because you have so much freaking room in this deck, it's really dumb. Oh no, I don't care about this game. But good against Mermails, stuff like that. Tiger King, best card. Searches out 10 Key, searches out 10 Sen, searches out 10 Ken. Really solid, and his second effect's really good too. Second effect's really good, negate all face-ups other than Beast Warriors, and his third effect's really nice, where if he dies, a lot of people forget this one, but you can send 3 face-up fire formations and then get another one. So 2 of him. 1 Direwolf to kill random stuff, just like BLS and things like that. Direwolf's pretty solid, but he's not needed. Cowboy, because you have room. I've burned people for game with Cowboy, it's really funny. Maestroke is good. Shockmaster is pretty easy too. There is a combo, like the best play this deck can do is make Lion Emperor, or keep calling Lion Emperor, but Tiger King and Shockmaster first turn, and it's surprisingly very possible. Utopia, because you can play it. Korn, I have one of these. It's a really good card. If you don't have one, try to get one, because it's still a really good deck. Also, you can Deck Devi this, which is funny. Utopia Ray, because you have way more than enough room. Papal Imperatives, really good. And let's see, Disigma, also room. This card's really good too. Takes control of random monsters that your opponent might want to keep, but yeah. And finally, 1 Wind Up Zen Mains. No, this should be here. What's it called? I'd probably put just like what? A Gust Kraken in here, maybe, or not a Gust Kraken, a Evagishki, where is it? Marigeist. Like, you don't really need it, but yeah. Side deck. Double Barbaros. It has surprisingly really good synergy with this deck, especially with the side of skill drains. But you can Tensu something, you can Tensu it, you can Tenken it, you can what's it called, Tensen it too. And this is going to be a 29 meter, a 33 meter, or a second double summon. Double Snowman for the Rabbit matchup. That matchup's pretty annoying, but Snowman Eater stops that pretty well. And double Thunder King for everything that likes to search, and anything that Fire Fist can't really run over. But that's beside the point. Double D-Fissure. This is probably arguably the best side deck card in this deck. D-Fissure hurts a lot of decks. Doesn't hurt you at all because you can still use your bear effects and your drill effects with this. And because you can send spell and traps cards to the graveyard. So D-Fissure is really solid. It helps against the Mermail matchup a lot. Space Typhoon for back row decks. Double Mind Crush, still my favorite side deck card. It's good to get everything in the format except Rabbit, and it just dream crushes a lot of people. Double Skill Drain, also really card I like to talk about. Skill Drain, negate your Barbaros, and since everything, you already play Lances, Horns, Tencents. By playing Skill Drain, you play more like a TG deck, where you just focus on your back rows and your monsters and hope your opponent can't do anything about it. So, Skill Drain is a really solid deck card. It was especially good against windups because it makes him sad. And finally, double Soul Drain. Soul Drain hurts against decks just like Agents, Mermails, decks that you don't want to really have their graveyard effects to go off. Or not Agents, I'm dumb. What's it called? Mostly Mermails, really, but the deck, Soul Drain just doesn't hurt you because all your things are on-field effects. The deck's really consistent. I just don't like it. I wanted money at the time in trades, but this deck is really solid, and it's freaking Fire Fist. I'm Mr. Captain Falcon, and I had to fucking punch people. But yeah, comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think, and I will be posting some duel videos soon, and peace out, YouTube.